Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm an addict and an alcoholic, and this is my Addicted Brain podcast where I'm trying to hold myself accountable to get sober and hopefully at the same time also inspire others to do the same. And through that process, I'm hoping to make some new friends that I can find support with and to support. So that's what my Addicted Brain is at this point. So my Addicted Brain is actually quite impulsive. Like, I'm not making a script or a plan, and I find that that's how I like it. I tried to make a script for the previous episode, but then I get some new ideas while I'm just sitting there and making these recordings, and I'm realizing that I'm just gonna wing it, and I'm just gonna talk about the things that arrive in the moment and just go with that, because I think that's gonna be the most honest and direct kind of story I can tell. I don't want to shape it too much. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I just want to share, as if it was like an AA situation or something. Just kind of tell the story and share what I've been thinking about, what I've been struggling with, and what's been hard, what's been good, and just kind of take it from there. So this week has been the first week that I've actually maintained a sober mind through the whole week. So I'm on day 8 now of being sober, and it just feels, I get urges, of course, every day. I think about it, and I'm just kind of trying to find strategies to deal with those urges, and I've just been actually doing push-ups. Every time I want to have a drink or have a beer, I do 10 push-ups. Every time I feel that kind of voice starting to sneak in, I do some push-ups. And I guess the thought behind it is to just try to replace those urges with other urges that are feeling better and are much more healthy for me. That's the strategy. I've been doing push-ups every time I want a beer. I just drop and do 10 push-ups. And I've been doing a lot of push-ups this week because the urges have been real, for sure. And I've been kind of cleaning up my office, for example, which was full of empty beer cans and just kind of residue from the alcoholic mind that has been occupying that space for the last 3 to 4 months. This is the first time I've been sober for more than 3 days since Christmas, before Christmas. That's when this whole thing started, and I just went on this drinking binge, and it's affected my health so much. I've gained like 10 pounds, and my stamina is not what it used to be. Like, I'm into some sports that I train pretty hard. Like I said, I've been sober for pretty much a year without much intake of stimulants or alcohol or anything. I've been a really good boy the last year, and I got into really good shape and really started to feel comfortable in my own skin, I guess is the way to put it. I've always felt like I was overweight, and I think that's because I've been coping with my ADHD that I didn't know that I had. So, eating to comfort myself has been a strategy before. When things got out of hand or difficult to deal with, I just ate junk food and candy, and when I drank, that just kept getting worse. When I drank, I just ate more junk food and more candy and sugar and pizza and all that stuff. So I guess I've always been kind of overweight, but at the end of last year, I was in the shape of my life. Before this whole thing with the pills and the alcohol started again. And now I've been following my old patterns for 4 months, and I don't feel at home in my body anymore. So I feel like I used to do. So that's one of the reasons why I started doing push-ups. I really want to get back into that shape. And I know it's only been 4 months, so it won't take that much to get back in shape. Do some burpees, show up to practice, and I'll be back before the summer probably, or at least not too far off from where I was. So I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm more concerned about actually staying sober. I know that there's going to be some hard challenges moving forward. We're coming into the summer, and the summertime is where, you're supposed to enjoy a beer with your friends and your family, in the sun, on the beach, and kind of just hang out. But I know that if I drink one beer, I'm going to drink another, and then I'm going to drink another, and another, and another, and I'm not going to be able to stop. So my brain is like telling me, but you can just set some rules, some kind of ground rules or guidelines for how to kind of interact with alcohol. So if, for example, one rule could be that I'm not allowed to drink alone, and I'm not allowed to do so-and-so, but I know that if I have these rules, the rebel in me is going to want to break those rules. And I might be able to deal with it for a while and go to a few parties and just have like 1 or 2 beers, and then deal with a hangover next day, and actually be able to follow through with the plan. But on the other hand, I know that that's just a ticking bomb. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So I do not want to go down that road. I think I have to just stay completely sober and find other ways to enjoy myself at parties and social gatherings, and kind of find pride in that, and find other ways to fill this vacuum. Like, I've been thinking a lot about this, because that's what I think addiction is. Addiction is an empty space in my soul that my brain is trying to fill with dopamine. It's like a vacuum, because it will never be fulfilled. Like, it won't be satisfied. I can't get no satisfaction, in the words of Mick Jagger. It's never gonna be enough. It's never gonna be what I'm searching for, and it's never gonna fulfill me. The only way to deal with that hole in my mind is to remove it. And the longer I can stay sober, the smaller that vacuum is gonna be. Probably won't ever disappear completely, but I think the way to get it out of there is to just not feed it anything, because if I feed it, it will grow. So that's kind of the thought process around us right now. So I guess I just have to find something else to distract me from that vacuum until it's done, or at least manageable to a bigger degree than it is right now. And the thing is, I don't want to replace one habit with another. Like, I mean, push-ups, sure, that's not a bad habit. It's a good habit. But, I don't want to be addicted to doing push-ups either. If I end up doing like 1,000 push-ups every day, that's not going to be, it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to, that can easily turn into other issues, psychological issues. So I don't want to replace a bad habit with another habit that could potentially be something that's going to cause damage other ways. So I just want that hole, that vacuum out of me, out of my brain. So I'm still working on strategies for that. But for right now, I'm just trying to stay in control. I'm just trying to maintain it and stay sober. That's the target here. One day at a time, and don't yield to the urges. So that's kind of where I am psychologically. But I am really proud of myself for fighting these demons for a whole week. It's been tough, like I said, especially with everything that's been going on with in my family, with my wife. It's, yeah, I mean, obviously she's still mad at me. It was a big breach of trust that I committed. And we haven't really talked about it properly yet. It's just been, we've just been kind of avoiding the subject and pretending like we're going to talk about it tomorrow, and then we don't. She spent the night at her mother's the other day, and I've been spending a lot of time just kind of trying to find some peace and quiet to process myself. Like, why did I do these things? And where did it come from? How did I make that choice? These kinds of thoughts. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that we both have had a lot of resentments towards each other that's been building up over the years. And the last 2 years we've been struggling a lot with our youngest and her issues. So we've been too distracted and too exhausted and whatever to actually just communicate and deal with these things that have been building up. But the more I kind of explore my mind around these things, the more I realize that I'm actually really angry with her for a lot of things that she's done to me. And I feel kind of manipulated. I feel kind of I don't feel like she's been giving me the kind of love and support that she expects from me. She's been having very high expectations towards me in terms of how I talk to her and how I show up for her and how I support her with her issues and how I don't expect things from her. And I've been really trying to live up to all of this and haven't really paid attention to the fact that she hasn't been doing those things for me. Like, she hasn't been an example for the things that she's wanted. I mean, I think that's, if you want someone to show you respect, the best way to get that is to show that respect towards them without like not standing up for yourself and stuff. Of course you have to do that, but respect and love isn't just something you can demand. And the funny thing is, like, when we met, I was head over heels in love with her. She was the most amazing person that I've ever met, and I could just feel that same love radiating from her towards me. Like, she really, really loved me, and she thought I was amazing. And then somewhere along the way, all of these things changed. And it started, things that I thought were cute when we met turned into annoyances. And things that I thought were funny are now just irritating. And, we have a lot of these things both ways. I mean, I'm sure it's the same for her, but I feel like she's changed a lot in terms of how she shows up. Like, she's become a totally different person than what she was when we met. And I don't feel like I've changed that much. I've actually been trying to do my best to be there for her and to show her support and to actually follow up on all these expectations. And I'm realizing that all of these ideas that I've been trying to live up to have limited me. It's limited me to a degree where I don't recognize myself anymore. I've lost my confidence. I've lost my ambitions. And I want to get myself, like, I've lost a piece of me. That's how it feels. I've lost a valuable piece of who I am. And I mean, this might just be me complaining because, I'm a little down from I guess I'm still in withdrawal or something. And that's why I haven't really wanted to talk to her about any of these things yet. I really just want to clear my mind a little bit more before I start thinking about next steps here. But I know that I need her to kind of adapt a little bit too, and meet her halfway, see if we can find a solution where we can both kind of try to find back to those people that we were when we met and fell head over heels in love with each other, because that's what I want. But if we're gonna keep doing the same things and live the same kind of life that we've lived the last 8 years, I can't do that. I just can't. So we're gonna have to find a solution or separate. That's my thought process right now. And then there's the kids. Like, I don't want to separate because of them. If it wasn't for the kids, I think I would have left at this point. But the kids, they mean everything to me, and I do not want them to feel a fraction of sadness. And I know that they're gonna feel sad, and they're gonna be affected by this choice. If we leave each other, then that's gonna have an impact on their lives and their personalities. And they're both so happy and eager to learn and to live and to play and have fun. I don't want to break that. So that's my main motivation behind finding a solution that works for us both. But at the same time, I don't think it's a safe and good environment to grow up in if we keep living our lives together like we have done for the last 8 years, because we can't just go on pretending and trying and failing. It's not sustainable. So I don't want them to see that either, because that's also going to have an effect on their personalities and their future love lives. I mean, we're the two people that they're learning about love from. And I'm trying to maintain that perspective, like I'm the person that she's gonna learn everything from, or they are gonna learn everything from. So I have to make sure that what she sees is something that I would want her to learn. I don't want her to learn anything that I don't want to approve for them. That's a big responsibility, and it scares me a little bit, especially in light of all these issues that I have with drugs and alcohol. But it's also a big motivation factor to get to a point in my life where I'm proud and sober and can show up like the father that I know that I am. I mean, I am a great father. I do everything for those girls, and I know that they love me, and I know that they feel safe with me around. Like, they know that I protect them from any harm or danger, no matter what happens. So I know I'm a great father, and I take pride in that, but I know I can also do better. I can always do better. And, you know, there's a song that keeps showing up in my brain when I think about my daughters. And that's a Paul Simon song where he says, "There has never been a father love his daughter more than I love you." And that's true. Like, every father can say that, but everyone would also be right. I'm getting kind of emotional just thinking about that, but I have to figure things out. I have to become sober so that I can be the best father ever, because that's what they deserve. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave you today. I'll probably sit here and look at the remainder of this beautiful sunset that we just witnessed. It's such a beautiful time of year when spring is finally starting to show its beautiful face. And the sunsets from this beach are glorious, especially in the fall, in August, September. It's very beautiful. I can't wait to make those episodes. All right, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week with hopefully 16 days of sobriety. Good night.